Peter's. Kevin Marfa for Quinnipiac. The ball in the hands of Tyrese Williams and the Bobcats and the home whites start out on the offensive end. Peacocks 1-3, coming off a loss last time out last Saturday on the road at Providence up in Rhode Island. Bobcats right now, 3 wins, 3 losses, coming off a loss against Brown. Marfo guarded early on by Nadefo. Ragoni, long 3, and the rebound comes all the way out to Fusini Drame. As we take a look at the lineup for Shaheen Holloway and the Peacocks. Starting lineups brought to you by Connecticut Orthopedics. Nadefo against Marfo. Dishes inside. Layup is good for Fusini Drame. His brother Hassan will come off the bench. And like St. Peter's, Quinnipiac, same lineup throughout the early portion of the season. Tyrese Williams has the shot blocked. And Drame will quickly go the other way. Nadefo gives it up for Matthew Lee. Long 3 is good. Brown opened up on an 11-0 run. St. Peter's opening up on a 5-0 run. Starting lineups brought to you by CT Orthopedics, the official sports medicine provider of the Quinnipiac Bobcats. Log on to their website at ct-ortho.com.
And St. Peter's so far, 2 good possessions defensively. And on misses, they'll go ahead and play in transition, and they're not afraid to shoot it.
Shinnery misses from close range on the baseline. Tries to come up with a steal in the backcourt. St. Peter's first to the loose ball. Here's Darrell Banks on a 3. He knocks it down, and an 8-0 start for the Peacocks.
Well, it's conference play. It's high intensity, and the Peacocks are really coming out on firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, a couple misses by Quinnipiac turned into transition 3s for St. Pete's. As I said, on misses, they're not afraid to run. On makes, they'll grind it a little bit and make you have to play them in a half court.
Jones giving off for Ragoni, now into the hands of Kevin Marfo. Marfo for Williams. Shot clock for Quinnipiac at 6. Marfo up top. Shows the shot fake into the corner for Jones with 3 on the shot clock. Desi Jones misses from long range underneath. Fusini Drame, the weak side rebound. Great start for St. Peter's. Quinnipiac 0-4 to start from the field, including 2 misses from behind the 3-point arc. Nadefo against Marfo. Gets inside, kicks it out. Open look for Doug Eddard. His 3 rims out. Marfo the rebound. Marfo, like Nadefo, will bring the ball up the court after a defensive board. Nadefo, you saw there, Di, he did try to pick him up at midcourt. Steal by Drame. Numbers for St. Peter's. Nadefo back to Drame. He misses on the layup. Marfo got down the floor. And Marfo now picked up by Drame in the front court. Nadefo guards Ragoni. Jake had 2 tough games here at home against St. Peter's last March to close out conference play in the MAC. Ragoni gives for Marfo. Shot clock inside of 10. Ragoni goes to the basket. Misses on the layup from in close. On the nice feed from up top by Marfo.
Yeah, really good feed. Good cut by Ragoni. St. Peter's doing a really good job pushing Quinnipiac out, and you're able to go ahead and make a vertical cut, one you're supposed to make.
Drame up top. 3-pointer is good. 20 MAC Coach of the Year. Prior to coming to St. Peter's, 8 seasons as the associate head coach at Seton Hall, where he played and had a standout career. His 8 years as associate head coach under Kevin Willard.
Hey, he does a great job. He does a great job in practice. Kids follow through in games. And he's one of those coaches where I'm going to make practice really, really hard so the games are easy for you. So they go at each other at a real high level, and the games just become something rather easy to them.
Di, not what you want right out of that timeout. The turnover, Eddard missing from long range. At the other end, Kevin Marfo is going to be called for the charge. Eddard underneath taking the brunt of that contact, I believe.
Well, I'd love to take a look at that one now just to see where he was with that little circle, that charge circle they have in there, because it looked like there was some depth to his body.
You see Matthew Lee. It was Lee who took the contact and drew the charge.
Yeah, it was close. Looked like he was outside, maybe a foot on it, but good call by the official.
Lewis and Belanc, as Bill alluded to, into the game for Quinnipiac at the timeout. Steal by Tyrese Williams. Quinnipiac in transition. St. Peter's does a nice job getting back. Ragoni gets inside. Jake with the layup. That ends an 11-0 run start for St. Peter's.
And like we talked about, dribble penetration. Go right at them. They're playing that far up on you. Take the ball to the hole.
Yeah, you got to make some vertical cuts to make St. Peter's have to defend, cutting to the basket.
Jumper short. Belanc underneath. Pitches ahead for Savion Lewis. Lewis against Lee, gives for Belanc. Belanc coming off the bench yet again. Williams misses on the three, has provided a spark almost instantly. And coming off the bench now in the 7th straight game to open up the 21-22 college basketball season.
Yeah, a little bit of adjustment we just saw there. No Quinnipiac shirts going to attack the offensive rebound. And that is because they need to get back and be able to play transition defense. So
Nadefo gets a look on the three.
He feels that he's got a chance to win a championship, and that's his home. He wants to stay.
And they do have a home facility, so he's reaping the benefits of staying around and getting a new facility.
Taimu Shinnery gets inside, has the shot rejected by Nadefo quickly. Banks going the other way against two defenders. A lot of contact, out of bounds. Belanc and Williams were there. No whistle until the ball went out of bounds. And it will be Quinnipiac basketball. We'll take a look at the Casey Nadefo block.
Hey, you see the preseason player of the year offensively. Last year was defensive player of the year. And if you're Quinnipiac, that's what I was afraid of. That Clark Kent was going to turn into Superman. And he's had a different mindset at the start of this game than he's done all season.
Well, that was one reason why he wanted to return. You know, he felt he had unfinished business. And now it's his time to really show what he can do.
Lewis getting inside. Bounce pass for Shinnery. Now Savion inside. Shows the shot fake. Finishes with the left hand.
Lewis has got the ability to be able to go ahead and cause some problems for St. Peter's because he can go ahead and go by his defender. He finishes the play inside that time because he did a really good pivot and went with the strong hand.
Nadefo a year ago, 3.6 blocks, led the nation, 91 total for the season. Latrell Reed into the game. Matthew Lee at the timeout, going to the bench, hobbling on that right foot. That shot off the mark. Bobcats on a 4-0 run right now. Actually, that three by Nadefo, it's a 4-3 run for Quinnipiac. And turnover, Williams looking for Elias King. Not what you want to do early on when you're down 10.
Well, those unforced errors will come and hurt you. Get a chance here now. You're going to see Lewis be able to put it on the floor a little bit. Maybe got away with a travel, but really good pivot inside, holds his feet, finishes with a strong left.
Shinnery picking up Banks in the backcourt. Here is Latrell Reed. Let's see if they go at Reed.
Spacing and so much room to operate. Little chance for a double team. Playing 25, 26 feet away from the basket.
Nadefo finding the cutter, Banks, who scores.
And they play off of each other so well. You know, they take the ball to the baseline, people read it, they make the vertical cut, score the basket.
Banks has 5.
And Banks waited to go that time until there was a double team by Shinnery. He waited, and then once he saw the double team commit, made a good vertical cut.
Lewis backing his man in. Belanc gets his man in the air, pulls up on the 15-footer and hits it.
Now that's a shot that you take, you know, under pressure, get in the past the first layer, and now you're ready to get an easier shot.
There's a lot of points in there between that three-point line and the layup, and Belanc's one of the few players that's not afraid to shoot the ball from 10, 12, 13 feet.
Coming off the bench, as I mentioned earlier, for the 7th time this season, does lead the team at over 13 a game. Foul is going to be called on Elias King. And with that, Kevin Marfo is going to check in, and we see the season debut of Brendan McGuire, who is wearing the face mask. McGuire missing time early on in the season and missing the first 6 games with a shoulder issue, then was just about cleared and ready to go, and then decides in practice to go for a loose ball on the floor and breaks his nose.
And now he's back in, right? And again, you're looking at Quinnipiac almost complete now, still not playing what I think their best player in Louis Courtwright, who's due back probably in another week.
Nadefo the turnover. Quinnipiac can get back in this game, and they've gotten a couple of stops. They're going to have to do it with stops on the defensive end.
And then you got to convert. I think stops are great, right? But you got to convert to get some momentum and get an opportunity now, and you turn the thing over. So you got to do just 2 careless turnovers early by Quinnipiac.
Nadefo cannot finish in transition on the feed ahead by Banks. Now Banks on the 3-point line misses. Nadefo grabs the rebound. Isaiah Dasher is in the game. And here is Reed. Shaheen Holloway going to his bench. Matthew Lee looking over at the bench right now. I don't see Lee. He may have gone back to the locker room. And now I've identified where he's at. Banks on the pull-up. Inside the free throw line misses. Marfo the rebound.
Well, when he limped off It looked like he hurt his ankle. It looks like he's coming out of the locker room.
Lewis able to finish at the rim. And Lee is coming back to the bench area.
And not moving really good, but one person that is moving good is Savion Lewis from Quinnipiac. Able to knife inside that time and finish. So that combination of Lewis and Blanc has given Quinnipiac another shot at that vitamin B12.
Reed looking for the pass. Nadefo goes to the corner. Drame barrel.
Bit here. Let's see if Quinnipiac can go ahead and react to the change.
Hassan Drame on the front of the pressure. Shinnery for Blanc. McGuire looking inside. Marfo going to work. Backing in the defender. Spins back to his right. Finds the cutter Blanc. Blanc unable to finish. And a foul called as Blanc went to the baseline. And Matt Blanc to the line for a pair.
And you can see when Kevin got the ball underneath, he was waiting for someone to cut. Makes his move, creates a little space, and there we see Blanc coming right down the lane, going up for the layup, draws the foul.
Diane, that's a great point, but at some point, perimeter players are waiting for Marfo to finish the play. So he's down there low post playing one-on-one. There's no reason for Kevin not to finish that, right? So when you got the ball in a low post, your first thought has to be, I'm going to score. I don't think your first thought should be, I'm going to look to pass. So he's got to do his thing down there and go ahead and make a play.
Blanc early on in the season, this is Game 7, has been terrific from the free throw line. Knocks down a pair. Quinnipiac within 6. Fell behind early on, 11-0.
And now the Cats are extending their defense.
Marty Silvera is in the game. And checking in, as I mentioned, Isaiah Dasher. Lee continues on the bench. Dasher against McGuire. Lost the ball. Ball on the floor. Blanc goes down. Lewis goes down. Marfo is down there. I believe it's Nadefo.
And that change of possession is the one thing that St. Peter's is really, really good at. The ability to recover fumbles 1 against 4. They recovered that.
Sandrame was on the floor, along with 4 white jerseys. Marfo up top. Marfo on a 3. Barely grazes the iron. Saved by Blanc. Shinnery, the 3-point attempt off the mark. And the rebound into the hands of Dasher.
Blanc's playing at a really high level. The intensity he's bringing to this club right now has been exactly what they needed.
Clarence Rupert inside working against Marfo. The tip back is good. Basket for Isaiah Dasher.
St. Peter's pursuit of the basketball is at a high level.
Yeah, they're pretty athletic, right? They're in there. They're not afraid to jump, cause some contact, and play through it.
Shinnery. Hesitation inside to Marfo. Marfo lays it in against Clarence Rupert. We've seen it the opposite way so often early on.
Yeah, you said it, the high ball screen up top. Shinnery made a really good feed.
Shaheen Holloway going with bench players right now. Eddard, the only starter on the floor. Turnover, St. Peter's, 4th here in the first half. And the Bobcats, again, have an opportunity to cut into a 6-point deficit. Again, down 11-0 early on.
Well, early on, they were turning the ball over on every other offensive possession. Now they're meeting the pass, moving the ball at a better pace, going right to left, getting more offensive production.
Marfo hands for Blanc. Blanc on the 3. Off the mark, no good. Quinnipiac now 0 of 6 behind the 3-point line.
And Quinnipiac's a team that needs to make threes, averaging 10 a game. Team that's got to make threes to make up for a lot of points.
McGuire poked it away from Eddard. Eddard is one of the top 3-point shooters now for St. Peter's. And talking with St. Peter's SID Doug Waters earlier today, confirmed what I had already written in my notes. Eddard is a guy, if he hits on his first couple, that's going to kind of tell you the kind of game he's going to have. If he doesn't, he could be in for a long night.
Well, sometimes you have to get a higher level of maturity. Shooters have to keep shooting. Can't get down if first few don't go in. You got to just keep plugging away.
Eddard last year, remember last year in conference play, 2 games in 2 days at the same site. So St. Peter's played 2 to wrap up the season here in early March in Hamden. Eddard, 1 dribble, off the mark, no good. As he was trying to beat the shot clock, Shinnery pitches ahead for McGuire. McGuire, cross court for Blanc. Eddard was 1 of 11, or 1 of 9 on threes in the first game. The second game, he was 4 of 9 overall and 3 of 7 on threes, and that happened to be his birthday in early March. Inside, unable to connect. St. Peter's will go the other way.
Yeah, a little unlucky that time. Good feed by Marfo, and just Desi just didn't finish the play.
Rupert against Marfo. Spins to his right, looks inside, kick out. Corner three on the way, off the mark by Dasher, and Marfo is there, and he'll bring the ball into the front court. The hand for Belanc. Belanc triggers a three and knocks it down. First made three and 7 tries for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, Belanca's just got a really good rhythm. He might be Quinnipiac's best player so far this season. He's been doing a little bit of everything for this team.
Highs in points and steals in the season opener at Maryland back on November 9th. 25 points, 5 steals off the bench. Out of the timeout, Drame in the corner misses on the three. Shinnery goes high for the rebound. Maryland in the news today. Mark Turgeon has stepped to the side as the head coach of the Terrapins. That was a surprise for everyone.
Yeah, early in the season too, right? So there's got to be a story behind that story. And we look forward to Maryland turning it around a little bit. My hometown there, I want them to play well.
11-0 start for St. Peter's. Tyrese Williams knocks down the shot. And the Bobcats now within 1 with under 7 to go in the opening half.
And you see Quinnipiac now offensively. They have turned the corner a little bit, and now they're making their cuts towards the basket. They're not doing banana cuts. Banana cuts in the game of basketball will cause you to lose. Hard, strong, vertical cuts give you a chance to win.
Matthew Lee, extended period on the bench, and I believe back in the locker room, or at least behind the bench area. Nadefo going to work. Feeds inside for Fusini Drame. Lee is back on the floor.
See, Nadefo's an attention seeker. And you saw Williams go after him, lost sight of his man, concentrating on the ball, really good feed.
Attention seeker in the terms of drawing that second or third defender, yes?
And he likes it. He wants people to know he has the ball, right? So, listen, if I'm the best, I want people to know I got it. So, yeah, I'm seeking attention because I'm good enough for you to pay attention to me.
Marfo missed the initial shot, followed his own miss. Nadefo did not block out. Marfo the bucket. Quinnipiac within 1.
And I think Marfo has really been the key to this comeback. I mean, he's been the facilitator out here on the offensive end, taking the shots that he should. I really like the way he's playing.
Eddard beats Williams for the bucket. We talked about Eddard as a shooter. Let's see if that layup gets him going. Talking to Baker Dunleavy, he was quick to point out about Eddard this year, more than just a three-point shooter, is able to move without the ball and also put the ball on the floor.
Well, you saw what he just did, right? I mean, he hadn't done that in the past years. He was able to turn the corner and get it inside.
Nadefo and Drame. Drame the rebound. Nadefo feeding Banks on the right wing. Banks hits the three. Quinnipiac got it to within 1 a couple of times and back up to a 6-point advantage for the Peacocks.
It's hard to train your players, and I know they went over to Scott report when Nadefo brings it up and gets into the lane. Don't leave the wings, don't leave the corner, because it's so easy to then make that feed.
It's the second or third time the Bobcats have had a shot from in close fall off the rim. It was Rigoni early on. Banks misses. Marfo the rebound. Marfo, his 9th rebound. We're still in the first half. Belanc in transition. Hits on the three-pointer. His second.
He just don't care. I mean, he's just playing so fearless, right?
No conscience.
Him jump into the pass. I
yeah,
mean,
he did. He jumped into it, let it up. All of it looks good.
In double figures with 10. Jones defense against Lee. Nadefo looking for the cutter, finds Eddard for the bucket. He's got 4 in the last couple of minutes, both on layups.
And you know what? Sometimes you tip your hat to the offense. They make a real good play. And I'd be a coach saying, listen, I'd rather have St. Pete's get 2 and see St. Pete's makes 3.
Nadefo, St. Peter's version of Marfo, who we've seen now in 7 games. He's up to 6 assists. Marfo there for a long time, right, as you know?
Well, you also build heart disease, so I know.
Well, yeah. Rigoni, 3 rims out, ball batted around into the hands of Banks. Yes, yes, yes. So true. Here is Lee in the front court, right now showing no signs of that hobbled ankle. They have tweaked it early on in the game, spent some time on the bench.
Well, you got to put some pressure on him, and we'll see, right? You can't tell if he's comfortable with that ankle until you make him go with that ankle.
Nadefo again looking for the cutter, Doug Eddard. And J.J. Riggins just into the game, picking up the foul, his first, team's 4th.
I tell you, that's the difference between old age players like myself and Dye and the new age players. We would know when someone was injured, and we would go at him. We would do some tricky little stuff to see if he was going to be able to go ahead and play full speed.
Do a little isolation play, make him come out.
Or I just push him, and let's see how he can handle it.
Here is Lee, high arcing three, back iron, long rebound, comes out to Banks.
You got to go to the man and jump to get the ball. You can't try to jump when it's a long rebound.
Nadefo inside reverse layup against Riggins is good. Casey Nadefo was 7.6 assists, 3 rebounds, and he does have 1 block.
And didn't look like he had anything there. He just continued underneath the rim, reverse layup.
Superman can make plays now, right?
Rigoni shows a shot fake against Drame. Riggins looking for McGuire, gets it right back. Riggins, the three-pointer from up top. Too strong. McGuire, rebound, and a foul will be on St. Peter's, team's 4th.
And how about the play of McGuire? You know, he hurt his nose at practice, has the face shield on.
Well, you're getting a Nadefo on the baseline here. Attacks the back foot on a crossover. Can't get in there and get the charge, but up and under with the K. Nadefo with a real sweet play.
Came in averaging just 6 a game. Savion Lewis misses at the rim. Eddard in the paint gives ahead to Lee. Nadefo closed out last year. 9 straight games in double figures. Lee, opposite side for Drame. Nadefo going right at Riggins. Riggins, the defense, comes away with it. Nadefo thought he was fouled. Trying to plead his case as he backpedals down the floor. Bobcats down 7. A couple occasions getting it to within 1. They get up. Banks right up into the jersey of Rigoni. Lewis kicks it on the wing.
That's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul.
Rigoni is going to be called for the travel, and Baker Dunleavy is livid.
Oh, he was bumped 3 times.
There's a reason he ended up on the floor there, right?
Well, we'll get a chance. We'll see on a really good feed. Good handoff here. Tough on the screen. We'll give him credit. He was able to rise up. That's a foul.
Look at the inside arm.
That's another foul, and that's a foul. You can't lean on him like you're leaning on a fence. And, again, unfortunate possession there for Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac 6 turnovers, St. Peter's 4. Fusini Drame out on the perimeter. Looks for the lob. Nadefo throws it down.
Well, really good play, right? That play also is easy to happen if you don't put pressure on the passer. So Drame had a lot of time to size it up. You got to answer here, Rigoni. Boom.
Jake does just that.
But you got to put pressure on a passer on a lob in order to go ahead and make it as smooth. Now, Nadefo went up and climbed like 18 feet in the air and then threw it down.
Rigoni in the 2 games split, win and a loss for Quinnipiac at home to wrap up the regular season last March against St. Peter's, was 0 of 6 on threes. The turnover, Belanc.
The whistle from the official.
Under a minute to go, 6-point Quinnipiac deficit. Bobcats have not led at any point here in the first half. Lewis gets to the rim. Savion Lewis has 6 off the bench.
Yeah, and that was a Kevin Marfo basket, right? He was able to go ahead and screen 2 players just outside that the lane and make an easy basket for Lewis.
Nadefo working inside against Marfo. Unable to get it to fall. Battle for the loose ball. Belanc trying to save it on the end line. Stepped on the end line right underneath the basket. 31.1 to go in the half. 20 to shoot for St. Peter's. We've seen Marfo with that little right finger roll on the opposite side. Eddard knocks down the three-pointer, his first of the game. That gives him 7.
Well, set out a bounce play. They wanted to get it, and he felt it coming off of that screen. Pretty good defense by McGuire. Just a really good shot.
Quinnipiac can hold for 1 here. They'll go into the locker room, trailing St. Peter's in the MAC opener. Lewis able to hit with 4 to go. He's got 8 points in the first half.
A little floater over the rim.
85-71. It was a 1-point game at halftime at Providence.
You know, when you look at their schedule, and they had VCUB. They really thought they should have beat VCU, and they pull that off. Then they're 2-2. This is a really good basketball team.
Drame going to work inside against Rigoni. Good defense, but a foul is called, and the foul is going to be on Jake Rigoni. Rigoni picks up his first. In that game against Providence, the Friars 29 of 31 at the line, including 21 of 21 in the second half against St. Peter's over the weekend.
Well, in those money games, you do have a tendency you're going to get 3 or 4 calls in a row. Once you get into the 1-on-1, that it might be a little questionable. But if the if the home team makes their free throws, they've extended a 1 to 3 point game die to 12 and 13, and it gets a little more comfortable.
Drame misses on the second free throw.
Well, it's a cardinal rule. You don't lose a guarantee game.
That's the plan.
I like guaranteed game better than buy game, which is on social media. Lewis denied. Nadefo was there defensively. Shinnery behind the play as he went sprawling to the floor on the end line. Gets back into the play now. Eddard in the corner. Eddard, a dribble, and fouled on the three-point attempt by Taimu Shinnery.
And that's something where you don't want to be late on the closeout. You know, if you're late, just go by the shoulder. Don't put your hands up.
Show us, Todd. Tell us what you're talking about.
And he's late to the closeout. He loses position, and then he just makes a diving attempt to stop the shot. Can't do that. You got to make sure your body's under control.
Yeah, you should never be able to leave your feet on a defensive shooter, right? You should be able to contest, but never elevate. Once you elevate, you lose control of your body, and that was a clear example of that.
Eddard had 16 points in the loss this weekend at Providence. Had 17 against VCU. And has one more.
Yeah, the advantage that we get to have is we get to watch players mature during the course of their careers, right? So, talked last year a little bit, standstill three-point shooter. He's become far more dimensional than that, and he's a difference maker down there at St. Pete's.
In double figures now for the fourth time in 5 games for the Peacocks. Lewis on the floor to open up the second half. Desi Jones, the starter on the bench. Lee in transition, strong on the three-pointer. Eddard able to track it down and able to keep it alive. Shot clock to 20. Opening 2 minutes. Nadefo at the rim, able to finish. He's got 9.
Same type of start to the game early. You know, again, loose balls recovered by St. Pete's. And, you know, a couple misses early on by Lewis. And you wonder if he's more comfortable coming off the bench. And the pressure is starting. Is that too much? And, listen, there's not that big of a difference, but it certainly affected Lewis's last 2 possessions.
Taimu Shinnery, first points of the game, was 0 of 4 from the field in the first half. Lee for Drame. Puts the ball on the floor against Rigoni. Nadefo, 7 assists. Bumped into by Marfo, throws the ball into the backboard. Nadefo trailing the play. Quinnipiac with numbers. Marfo unable to finish at the rim. And a foul, something.
They got Nadefo on a flop.
On a flop.
Which, not sure when he flopped.
I believe it was in transition defense for Rigoni. He was coming down
But why would they keep the ball? So a flop is a warning. It's not a change of possession.
It's a warning.
Matt Belanc, 10 points off the bench in the first half for Quinnipiac, into the game. And the opening 2+ minutes of the second half as Tyrese Williams goes to the bench. Ball nearly thrown away. Nadefo able to track it down.
The dribblers have too much space for St. Pete's, and they're getting really comfortable in being able to do whatever they want when they have the basketball without any pressure.
Drame with 2, beats the shot clock. Drame now in double figures with 10. (8-2) start for St. Peter's, and they'll take over possession here, up by 11.
Gets it inside, real good feed, and just look at the room. Lewis leaves. Rigoni doesn't come to close out. And awful comfortable for St. Peter's to start the second half. Very similar to their start to the game in the first half.
And St. Peter's is a team we know they're not going to let you be comfortable from the moment you leave the locker room.
And they show when Quinnipiac got into them a little bit, Quinnipiac got back into the ballgame.
Lee trying to use a screen by Nadefo, kicks it, corner. Drame misses. Belanc is there for the rebound. Here is Lewis in the front court. Lewis getting inside, challenging against Nadefo. Lewis able to finish. He's got 10.
That was a tough play to make.
It sure was. 94 feet and be able to get it up in the air over the big fella. Good finish by Lewis.
Eddard coming across the top of the key. Baseball pass for Lee. Lee at the right elbow. Misses. Drame is there. Now Nadefo up high. Hits on the three. His second in the game. Entered the game 0 for 2 from behind the three-point line. The lead is 12.
He's looked really good tonight.
Well, you called it right from the start. And a travel on Marfo. Turnover Quinnipiac, team's 8th. Jones and Brendan McGuire will check in for Quinnipiac.
I'd like to see here on the defense for the Cats a little more communication. It's like, I'm not sure, should I go, should I not go? Do I help, do I stay? And you can see it's silent out here. I'd like to see them communicate a little bit more.
That's a very valid point, right? And I think in order to get communication, there's got to be a connection. You got to see that your teammates are putting pressure on the ball. I think when there's pressure on the ball, defense gets a little more active because they know that the passer can only go one way. When you're giving a quarterback all the room in the world to throw, the defensive backs have a difficult time. Pressure the ball a little bit, it'll be easier for the guys off the ball.
Banks hands off for Lee. Hounded by Jones. Clarence Rupert in the game for the first time here in the second half, was trying to set the screen. Banks gets an open look at a three, misses, and the ball almost kept alive by St. Peter's. Here's Jones for Quinnipiac.
He missed the ball reverse that time. McGuire had McGroney's man screened, and McGroney goes back door.
Belanca unable to finish, bats it out, ends up in the hands of Lee. Here's Banks in transition, going in against McGuire, and Rigoni comes away with it.
Good hard-nosed rebound that time by Rigoni.
McGuire looking to force the action, playing his first game of the season. Baseline jumper, good for Matt Belanca.
Boy, he's just so efficient, really good feed by McGuire, who adds another dimension for Quinnipiac. 6'7", able to handle it, really good pass, a good feed and finish by Belanca.
And also has the ability to stretch the defense and keep them honest, because he can knock down from three-point land, was 45% last year.
Most meaningless poll. If you're at the top, you're real happy. If you're the bottom, you put it in the locker room and you use it as revenge.
Good call.
Two former coaches that I work with, and well said. Rupert drawing a lot of attention in the low block and drawing the foul on Quinnipiac. Foul is on Elias King. That's his second. Matthew Lee, again, went behind the bench area, and I believe to the locker room. He went back at least where he is now and further back near the curtain. Was hobbling during the first media timeout and had a lengthy stay on the bench, but was able to come back in. And Bill Mecca wants Quinnipiac guards to go right at him.
Well, he's just not the same.
Right.
Right? I mean, if he was the same, first off, he would never went out. He would have came back in. And when he did come back in, he didn't have the same explosiveness. That dude was balling early. He was going to be a hard stop for Quinnipiac. So advantage Quinnipiac with him on the bench.
Where he came up from the baseline fall, you could see it on his face. He was hurting.
Clarence Rupert misses on the second free throw. 6'8", first-year player out of Philadelphia, PA. Bobcats down 10.
This is the lineup that Quinnipiac got back in the game, Steve, when they made some changes over there with Holloway, giving everybody a chance.
Belanca the three. That one rims out. McGuire offensive rebound. Jones, floater, gets it to fall.
Yeah, real good rhythm there. Good job by McGuire, who didn't take, hey, I get an offensive rebound, I deserve a shot, a.k.a. Adrian Dantley. He kicked it out, and the little man made the floater.
Bill Mecca, Dies and I partner now for the third straight year. Played with Adrian Dantley under the legendary coach Morgan Wooten at DeMatha High School, and a whistle. Foul is going to be on Desi Jones. Jones more active here in the second half.
Well, sometimes when you get that first bucket, you feel like the weight of the world is off your shoulders and you're ready to play.
Well, I tell you what, it was motivated for me, the bench. So he's been on the bench, and if I want to play, I got to do a little bit defensively. I got to be a little more aggressive. 4 personal fouls to 5 personal fouls. Quinnipiac 0 for St. Pete's. You better believe Coach Dunleavy for Quinnipiac is going to go ahead and have them pay attention. And
a technical foul is going to be called.
Warning. That's a warning.
I thought he went.
He did.
But
then he went, my bad.
Greg Evans coming over to give the explanation. as Taimu Shinnery with what we're calling the flop and went to the floor, trying to sell the call.
I don't think there should be a warning because you're going to forget. Call a personal foul and move on. A flop does nothing other than stop the flow of the game.
Dasher missing on the inbounds play. They thought they had an open look there. Here's Marfo. Hands off for Belanc. Belanc trying to use the screen. And a foul will be called. That will be the first team foul as we're 6+ minutes into the second half. And the way St. Peter's plays, they're going to defend you aggressively until the foul is called. It's very similar to Manhattan, who Quinnipiac will play at Manhattan on Sunday.
And I don't mean to say that it's token defense, but they're going to come at you hard. But if you go at them, they're going to give in, and that's what the Cats got to do. When they've turned the corner and got to the rim, they've been able to cause some damage.
And the officials have been consistent with that call. If you're driving to the basket, overplay is going to create a foul.
Jones misses. Marfo offensive rebound, tied up with Isaiah Dasher. Possession arrow belongs to Quinnipiac.
Well, that's the one you're going to be able to look at tape, Kevin, and be able to say, if I'm double teamed, I'm just throw it over the back of my head to Belanc, who's in the corner, and he'll be able to knock down a three.
Jones will trigger the inbound, 19 to shoot. And a whistle. Foul will be on Isaiah Dasher. That's his first, and quickly 2 team fouls on St. Peter's as now they'll inbound on the opposite side.
And if anybody that's seen a lot of games or you're a student of the game, 5-0, you know the next 2 we're going to go against the team with 5.
Out of bounds off St. Peter's, right into the Quinnipiac bench area. So we saw Nadefo with the flop, and then Shinnery as Jones will inbounds. Jones on the cut, getting the pass. Here's Shinnery on the baseline. Bounce pass inside for Marfo, could not handle it cleanly, and turnover Quinnipiac, 9th of the game. Jones on the dish underneath. Got rid of that one in a hurry, and Hassan Drame, Fusini's brother, to the line.
And a couple easy opportunities down there for Quinnipiac, where he's just been careless with the basketball, Doc. Good feed, good little slip pass, and again, you're seeing Quinnipiac an awful lot, Diane, today, looking at the ball when it gets in the lane and losing sight of their man, and they're getting beat behind them, and they have no idea anybody's there.
And, you know, rather than playing like inside good help defense and you can slide back out, they're being caught on the outsides, and it's too much real estate to come inside.
And if you want to commit to the ball, then go get the ball. Put your hands on it and triple team the guy, but you can't give him space in order to make a pass.
46-37, St. Peter's has not trailed in this game. Savion Lewis back in the game now for Quinnipiac. Here's McGuire. Handoff for Lewis. Lewis one-on-one against Reed. Belanc misses the 3, but Dasher's going to be called for the foul, and Belanc is going to go to the line for 3. Second time in this game we've seen a 3-point shooter fouled in the attempt. It was Shinnery against Eddard earlier in the game, and now Belanc to the line, and a chance for Quinnipiac to cut into this deficit some more.
Basketball is a really simple game. What you saw there is you saw Lewis be able to go to the back foot of the defender, get to the middle of the lane, get help, and as soon as he got help, you throw the ball over to Belanc. Basketball's not that hard. 100-something years ago, guys made up a game because they had nothing to do in a PE class. They had a peach basket and some ball and even bounce. Hey, let's call this basketball, right? And then it became famous. But it's not like those guys were like brilliant. It wasn't like they were Einstein and Galileo and them dudes. Them dudes taught jumping jacks, and they said, hey, let's play a game.
And it was really because it was too cold to be outside to play football.
You got to figure something else, right?
And invented by Dr. James Naismith just north of here in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Along with Bob Tipson, former coach here at Quinnipiac.
Silvera kicks it for the corner. Dasher, Silvera in the corner, misses on the 3. Hassan Drame keeps the possession alive.
That possession cannot be kept alive if you're Quinnipiac with this lineup in there for St. Peter's.
And to that point, Shaheen Holloway did this in the first half. He had 4 reserves and Eddard on the floor. Here he goes with 5 reserves. I don't believe this is, and it could be, I don't want to speculate that he's sending a message to his starters right now, but he's got confidence in this unit that they can play with the lead or perhaps even extend it as we're 8 minutes into the second half. Silvera against Shinnery. Unable to connect inside, keeps the possession alive and hits as a shot clock. He beat it, and it's 39, St. Peter's.
Those are plays that are a 5-letter word, right? And they begin with a T. And there's an O and a U and a G and an H, tough. Like, those are toughness plays that St. Pete's has been making.
Great cut to the basket, but Rupert unable to finish. At the other end, Marfa with the two-handed jam. Bobcats within 7.
Now, I'm Kevin Marfo, I'll be honest with you. Every time I get the ball, I'm dunking the basketball.
Absolutely. You put it down with authority. Now you see the Cats putting more pressure on the ball. Come out higher.
Rupert. Marfo trying to sit down on him defensively. Rupert misses a shot, but gets it back. Passes inside. First year at St. Peter's and under Shaheen Holloway. Drame hits on the second free throw out of the timeout. Little over 9 minutes off the clock here in the second half. That was the 17th foul prior to the break, Diane Nolan, for Quinnipiac.
Yes, and the Cats have to just step it up on the defensive end and just be quicker to the closeouts.
Banks trying to close out against Belanc. Belanc put the ball on the floor, and a foul is going to be called on Quinnipiac. St. Peter's going the other way, and Taimu Shinnery called for the foul. And we talk about Jones and Shinnery, two guys who really need to get going for Quinnipiac, both with 2 points apiece, as Tyrese Williams, lengthy stay on the bench, is going to check in. And Jake Rigoni, we have not seen a lot of him here in the second half.
Yeah, Shinnery's going to be able to put his impact in the game by using his body and his length and his size to turn around and get it to the rim and score inside. Not a game where he can stand out there and shoot threes. He's going to have to do it on the offensive boards and do the dirty things in order to get hoops. And
But
you have to make some shots.
No, the Cats are only down 9. It seems like it should be down by more.
And as I alluded to just a moment ago, McGuire picking up the 17th foul. That was the 18th foul, so 1-and-1 situation. And the first free throw is good for Hassan Drame, who stays on the floor. Nadefo, Banks, Eddard, all coming back onto the floor. And the same for Matthew Lee as brother Fusimi continues on the bench. Hassan Drame and his brother from Mali. Misses on the second free throw.
It just seems like way more than 9 or 10 points. Because St. Peter's clearly has controlled the tempo of this basketball game in the second half. There's been nothing easy for Quinnipiac.
Blocked by Nadefo. Nadefo, his second block of the game. 3.6 blocks per game last year as a junior. Belanc elevates on a 3. Hits it, and a foul by Drame.
Yeah, Belanc's been special. He's been the one guy that's really given a little bit, okay, let's go an edge. And you saw that in that ESPN top play when he dunked on the dude from Maryland and really just looked at him like, yo, dude, I'm here. This is my home. And he gave a little bit of that turf saying, you want to go? Let's go. And Belanc has done that and gave Quinnipiac that charge in the first half. And he's been good again for the Cats in the second half.
And he's playing out here. He's always ready. As soon as he gets that ball, his feet are set, and he's confident.
4-point play for Belanc, 6-point Quinnipiac deficit as we approach the midpoint of the second half. There's a steal in the backcourt. Belanc able to come away with it. Gives for Williams. Pressure in the backcourt, giving St. Peter's a taste of its own medicine with some pressure.
You got to give him something else to think about. So a really good job over there by Coach Dunleavy. Got to get a play here.
Marfo picked up the dribble, gives for McGuire. McGuire's season debut. Guarded by Nadefo. Inside from Marfo. Marfo fouled by Nadefo, who is going to pick up his first of the game. And Nadefo, previous 4 games, has been in a lot of foul trouble. Not the case tonight as Marfo goes to the line here.
You see what McGuire is able to bring, right? He's able to turn the corner, get inside, and because of his height, able to get the ball over the top of some tall defenders, Drame as well as Nadefo, and with a real good feed. So
it's not there. Nadefo came down around Marfo's neck. Marfo misses on the free throw, and he's been solid from the line early on in the season.
And there's a little war going on between those two. Neither one's going to give up.
Yeah, it's all about what you produce on the game, right? If you're going, hey, listen, the bottom line is if you're going to get fouled that hard, the only way you can pay a guy back, make 2 free throws.
Absolutely.
5-point game. St. Peter's breaking the pressure, going over the top. It was 5 at the start of the second half.
Yeah, big possession here by Quinnipiac. Haven't been able to get the stop when they need a stop. This is a need stop.
Belanc, the defense on the defo. Here's Marfo giving it up wisely to Savion Lewis. Lewis now picking up his dribble, and Eddard able to pick his pocket, and Lewis is going to be called for the foul, and Eddard is going to go to the other end for a 1-and-1 situation. 19th foul on Quinnipiac.
You saw there where Lewis is going to go ahead and try to make a play, has the ball in the corner, but then decides to turn and he's double teamed. It's one where you want Lewis, if you're in the corner, just go along the baseline and then bring it back out. You got to know where the other players are. He got jammed up, turnover, and a missed opportunity for Quinnipiac.
Eddard, 3 of 3 from the line, misses the front end. McGuire the rebound. 5-point game. Bobcats have not led at any point. Trailed 11-0 early on. Got it to within 1 a couple of times. Drame. Fusini Drame is going to be called for the foul. That's Drame's second.
He just can't. Drame cannot guard Marfo if Marfo's really intent on driving to the basket and getting it inside. Nadefo maybe, Drame no, and they've made a switch.
Lewis triggering the inbound, gets it from Belanc. Lewis on the handoff, gets inside. Nadefo comes over. Lewis unable to get the friendly bounce as that one falls off the rim.
Yeah, good offensive set that time. Good little left-handed by Lewis, a little unlucky. You like to see him put it in off the glass so Marfo has a chance to clear it up.
Drame gives for Eddard. McGuire, the defense. There is Belanc. And Belanc falling to the floor will be called for the travel. He was also falling into the sideline right in front of the St. Peter's bench area. But again, Belanc the hustle.
That's where McGuire is so effective out here. You see him, he was able to poke at the ball. He's got guard skills at his height and great hands.
A little more pressure now with this lineup in here for Quinnipiac, making it a little uncomfortable for St. Pete's. You got to get them to play in traffic. They've been able to go up and down 95 with no traffic, right? Staying in that left lane. And Quinnipiac's got to go ahead and put some trucks in front of them a little bit, making it a little uncomfortable.
Well, you just touched a nerve right there. That left lane
it's
in
awful.
The state of Connecticut. Nadefo able to finish for St. Peter's. That one stayed on the rim for a little while. Marfo for Williams. Williams inside the three-point line. That one rims out. Marfo had it for a moment and out of his hands into the hands of Nadefo, and Marfo called for the foul. 10th team foul on Quinnipiac with 8:29 to go. Now 2 shots the rest of the way.
Now, this
the
game
Cats
has
just
been
haven't
chippy.
shot it well, and it's getting chippy, which it should, right? But the Cats just haven't shot it well. Real good screen that time by Marfo. You get an easy 15-footer. You got to make those shots in order to go ahead and get back into a position where you can win this basketball game.
Nadefo, 14, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, a pair of blocks. He is 6 of 11 from the field. He has knocked down his first 2 threes of the season. Here is Rigoni for McGuire.
And, he's got a good handle. He's got great composure.
So, to the point on Nadefo, entered the transfer portal. Didn't go the way he thought it was going to go. Didn't get the offers that he thought that he was going to get. Hits on the second free throw. June is when St. Peter's and Shaheen Holloway finally found out that he was coming back for his senior year.
Okay. I'm glad he's back if he was Shaheen Holloway, right?
So a Christmas present in June, not December.
Exactly. Hey, listen, as a coach now, you can't take it personal when kids want an opportunity to try to expand their game, right? So I give credit both to Dunleavy and to Holloway taking those players back. And
Eddard falling into Rigoni, and that's the 3. We've had, 4 now in this game, twice for Eddard, and that's one where he leaned into the defender, I thought. We'll take another look as Eddard is going to get 3 free throws. We're not going to have the stoppage here with 8:01 on the clock.
Well, we're going to look at it on the replay right now, and he certainly initiated everything. Rigoni walked away, and no reason in the world you're going to reward an offensive player for trying to draw a three-point shot.
A point of emphasis this year, and I was going to mention it earlier, the players, to their credit, have made the adjustment, understanding it's not going to happen anymore. We've seen a couple of flops called in this game with warnings. And with that, there's one where, if you look at it again, it was Eddard, the offensive player, into Rigoni, who knows very well how to do exactly that when he's got the ball in his hand.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, man, players play a game and they make physical mistakes, right? They turn the ball out of bounds and it's a turnover. Officials are going to have turnovers, and that was a turnover by the official. It was one that shouldn't have been called.
And since they've called 2 flops already, Jake wasn't going to go down on the ground.
I mean, you got to be honest. It was just a bad call. And regardless if it was for St. Pete's or Quinnipiac, it is what it is. And you got to learn to play through those things. And it shouldn't be enough that will discourage you or be frustrated. You got to ball up here, and you got to just make plays.
Eddard 13, Nadefo 15. The lead is 11 with under 8 to go. Marfo against Nadefo. Marfo has won the rebound battle. 15 rebounds for Marfo. Closing in on a double-double as he hits on the second free throw, gets the friendly roll. 57-48. Bobcats a couple of occasions getting it to within 1 in the first half. The lob for Drame. Drame keeps the pivot foot, goes up. Does not get the shot to fall, but he'll go to the line for 2 as the foul is going to be called on Quinnipiac's Savion Lewis.
Listen, I love the defense by Quinnipiac, and I don't mind press offense by St. Peter's looking to get a basket. That's all part of basketball. Give them something else to think about. You want to try to get St. Pete's to play fast after a made basket. What you see they do is, on a miss, they'll run transition into primary break, secondary break, and pray. When they have to bring the ball up on a make, they'll grind it out to you 5-on-5, and they'll take 25, 26 seconds off the shot clock. You've seen them get a handful of baskets as the buzzer. I love Quinnipiac speeding them up.
And with that, Lewis and Jones in the game together. Lewis trying to get inside, kicks it out for Belanc.
Got to be a better pass. It's got to be a 3 by Belanc.
Marfo the handoff for Belanc, trying to get around Dasher. Elevates on the jumper. That one short as he fell down, and tracking it down in the corner, Marty Silvera. Pressure in the backcourt. Nadefo in the front court now for St. Peter's. Here is Reed.
They're going to make you work, knowing that they got they got 2 shots on every foul. They're going to grind it and try to go ahead and shorten this game.
Silvera picked up the dribble. Fusini, Drame, and Casey Nadefo, the 2 starters on the floor. 3 reserves on the floor right now for Shaheen Holloway and St. Peter's. And there's the personal foul on Quinnipiac and 2 shots. And right now, St. Peter's, again, opportunity to add points with the clock stopped and the double bonus with 8:29 to go. Quinnipiac picked up its 17th foul at the 10:57 mark. Isaiah Dasher for 2. For Quinnipiac, I mentioned Jones and Lewis in the game. King and McGuire will check in. Jones will go to the bench. You've got a dynamic with Quinnipiac. When you do have Jones and Lewis on the floor, opposing teams know they don't shoot. Lewis does not have a 3-point attempt this season. Very few so far for Desi Jones in that backcourt. Very opposite of what most guards and what most forwards are these days.
Listen, they've played 6 games. There's going to be a scouting report on you. Desi was getting some threes early because they didn't guard him. He started making them. It's been a little more difficult for him.
Here is Lewis, the handoff by King. McGuire trying to go back door. Belanc unable to finish. A lot of contact. Foul is going to be called on Belanc as Latrell Reed went hard to the floor.
And that's and here the Cats, they make some good offensive cuts. Good pass by McGuire. Blanc's got it up, and it's just not going to them. They're rushing that release. That's about the 4th time the shot has been up in the cylinder and has popped out.
He might have got fouled that time, though, Di. I would agree with you. Quinnipiac's missed some layups, but that one he got pushed.
Nadefo pushed, and the basket is waved off. So how much of that, Shaheen Holloway wanted the continuation. King will pick up the foul for Quinnipiac. How much is that? Nadefo back there, we know he's 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", somewhere in there. Shoes on, shoes off. You play with your shoes on. He's not Seth Pinckney back there, 7'1", but he is a shot blocker, a legitimate shot blocker that you have to think about.
Well, he's just a skilled player. I mean, he's got athleticism, a good handle, and his timing, I think, on the ball is impeccable. I mean, he knows when to come up. He reads it well.
But I will say this, though. I agree with that, Steve. But I think the question is, who cares? You come off of that and you try to lay it up, and Nadefo is good enough to block the shot. Block the shot. Put it up on the glass high. Maybe it'll be goaltending. Who cares what a defensive player can do? It shouldn't affect what you do offensively. Just ball up. Don't worry about the big fella. Listen, he ain't Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain, man. Like, come on, make a play.
McGuire backing down Reed. Gets inside. Jumper, no. King tries to keep it alive. Nadefo the rebound. His 6th of the game.
You know, I think as former coaches have a tendency when your team isn't flowing on the offensive end, the easiest people to blame are the officials. Yeah, and it really has to do with the fact that the team you're playing against is really putting a lot of effort in, and they're executing on both the offensive and defensive end.
Deflection by Lewis. Here's Belanc in transition. Euro step. Doesn't get it to fall, and Belanc will go to the line for 2. And quickly in transition as Lewis helped get that going the opposite way.
Well, Di, I tip my hat to you. You might be right. That was one Belanc clearly should have made. You got to finish that play. I agree.
You know the way St. Peter's plays. He makes a good cut to the basket. He does get fouled, but keep your eyes on the rim, keep your hand up on the release, and get an N1.
I mean, it was a big-time move. It was a hard play, but I got that much respect for Belanc. He's a dog, and you know what? That's one that you get an N1 there.
He worked hard enough to get it.
No doubt. He's played well, though. He's played very, very well.
Belanc and Lewis, only 2 players and both off the bench in double figures. Marfo 9, Shinnery, Jones 2 apiece. Williams has just 2.
They got to get a stop. You know, you still looked up at the score. I'm thinking, okay, the Cats are back in it. Still a 10-point game.
Drame inside, kicks it out. Eddard gets a look on a 3. He misses. Marfo the rebound, his 17th of the game.
And that time, Baker Dunleavy changed up the defense, went to zone, got to stop.
Stop don't help unless you can go ahead and get a basket here, so get a good possession.
Marfo's career high 21 rebounds. Here is Shinnery.
Right on target.
It all revolves around the fact that you got to get the ball into the lane and make a play.
And just 4 attempts from behind the three-point line after 12 in the first half. Quinnipiac will take 4 on 1 possession. Banks able to save it. Drame up top for Nadefo. Under 5 to go. Lewis, the steal. Foot race with Lee. Lewis inside and out of bounds off St. Peter's.
I'd love to see that again. And then we got a little coaching going on here as Lewis throws the ball ahead. As a point guard, you want to look behind you, right? So you get the thing. Now, hey, you got to look behind you. You see Marfo, flip it over your head a little bit. Then you got 2. You got Shinnery and Marfo if you look back real quick one time.
Marfo against Nadefo denied. McGuire keeps it alive.
Perfect example of the little things that McGuire does out here. Keeps the possession alive.
Lewis the layup. Quinnipiac within 5 with almost 4.5 to go.
Yeah, Di, you were right. McGuire's a difference maker, right? Adds some speed and makes it difficult on the opponent.
Savion Lewis for Quinnipiac, 5 assists and a steal. Coming off the bench. Eddard gives for Nadefo. Shot clock down to 7 for St. Peter's. Marfo comes over to help, and a travel violation. 10th turnover of the game for St. Peter's, and it will be Quinnipiac ball.
I thought it was a wall, so I thought that was a good call. Cats got it, and 11 seconds now before the media timeout.
The Cats that time closed up the lane as they came over, forced the walk.
They didn't foul, right? The clock's coming down. You got to make St. Peter's make shots. So Quinnipiac in a real good position here. Run your best. Try to get the ball.
Lewis had it poked away by Lee. St. Peter's its largest lead at 60-48, 12-point advantage. With that, Quinnipiac now on a 7-0 run.
Ed Hart can't guard McGuire if McGuire takes the ball into the middle of the lane, and I get to get the ball in McGuire's hands on this possession.
Nadefo deflected it into the bench. 4:01 on the clock, 21 to shoot for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, you're going to get one at 4, and hopefully have St. Peter's knock it out again, and so Dunleavy has a chance to talk to his team.
St. Peter's 3 timeouts remaining. St. Peter's 8 team fouls. Quinnipiac over the limit. They've been over the limit since 8+ to go in the second half. Lewis from Marfo against Nadefo.
He's got a group right now that really is gelling offensively. More importantly, they're able to guard St. Pete's, and they're quick enough to defend, Di.
Quinnipiac again strong from the free throw line. Marfo now a double-double.
And you've got good speed out here for the Cats, so they can get the transition buckets where they get the stop.
3-point game, Shinnery hounding Banks.
Yeah, you're making it difficult now for St. Pete, so whatever they get, it's been hard. Another forced turnover, and pick your play here. No quick shots if you're Quinnipiac, unless it's that one.
Balanc misses. Marfo Nadefo. Marfo wins that battle. Goes to the rim, fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Now, how about Marfo's play? He intercepted the ball on the defensive end, got the ball down. Here it goes. Gets the offensive rebound, wills his way along the baseline, takes it up strong, and gets the foul.
I tell you what he just said. He said, "Hey, Superman, I'm your kryptonite."
Well, that's a matchup we were wanting to see, and seeing it opening night has not disappointed.
As advertised, Marfo coming back to Quinnipiac. Misses the free throw, fight for the loose ball. Marfo goes back up, no whistle, and Lee is there. Lot of contact, they let them both play through it. And give Marfo and Nadefo credit. They get banged around a lot. They're banging each other around a lot, and I think there is a mutual respect there. Kick ball.
Well, St. Peter's is backing up now, and what we haven't seen is St. Peter offensively back up. Everything they've done, except for the last 3 minutes, they've been moving at you. Now they're backing up, not playing aggressive. Your chance here to see Marfo inside, says, here we go, let's go again. And a little unlucky that time, looked like he got banged around, but certainly a real good physical play.
Nadefo up top. Drame did keep his feet. Drame gets the ball back. Now Nadefo tries the bounce pass. Balanc is there. Turnover, St. Peter's, 2-point game. Quinnipiac can tie or take the lead. Here's Lewis from Marfo. Marfo's going to give it right back. Lewis on the baseline. Dribbles back out. Balanc up top. Now for Shinnery. Shot clock at 12. Lewis gives from Marfo. Marfo against Nadefo. Pass from McGuire. 3 to shoot. McGuire turnaround jumper off the mark. Nadefo. And it's Drame underneath. Fusini Drame had position against Marfo.
Yeah, real good possession that time by Quinnipiac. Someone put chili on it, right? And then it became a thing.
Well, the combination of McGuire and Marfo has really sparked the Cats' fourth quarter.
2 minutes in regulation. Banks hits on a huge 3 for St. Peter's, and the lead is 5.
Ooh, they needed that play coming out of a timeout. Really good job by Holloway drawing something up here, and Bank answers.
First points for St. Peter since the 5:54 mark when they took a 12-point lead, their largest of the game. Nadefo the foul, his 4th.
Shinnery just went the wrong way. You know, as a cutter comes off, you got a couple choices. You can hedge out over top and they lob it over your head, or you can trail the cutter. You trail the cutter, you got to turn him in. He got caught in between, and Banks answers.
Well, Banks has had back-to-back double-figure games. So he's the player on a team that you lose track of. You know, there's so many superstars out here, and he slips in and is able to connect again.
And Quinnipiac hasn't made a lot of mistakes on the defensive end. He missed 2 there, but McGuire right place.
Gives it for Lewis. Lewis tried to force the pass into Marfo. Banks and Marfo on the floor. And possession arrow does belong to Quinnipiac. Or are we calling a foul here? Looks like we're going the other way with 1:42 to go. Marfo is going to be called for the foul.
One of the few mistakes I think you've seen Lewis make in this second half on a force feed inside the Marfo.
Tony Shiaza, one of the three officials, Baker Dunleavy was saying kick ball, and Shiaza went right over there and went right back at him as Banks to the line for 2. Just hit a huge 3 to extend the lead to 5. The lead is now 6.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of these games, and I know, Di, you coach a lot of these games, and you exert an awful lot of energy to go on a 10-0 run, to get right back in it. 2-point game with the ball. You come up empty. You got to make sure you just haven't deflated the tires right now. Stay focused. Going to get a timeout.
Again, Quinnipiac, 1 timeout remaining. St. Peter's with 2. McGuire trying to turn the corner against Eddard. Into the corner. Shinnery misses on the 3. Ball batted around. Lewis comes away with it. Gets it out for McGuire. Corner 3, Blanc. That one off the mark. And Drame had position against Marfo, who is called for the foul with 1:22. 2 free throws at the other end.
The right shots to take.
Both of them got good shots. Really good shot over there by Shinnery. Didn't go in. You get a rebound. Did what you were supposed to do. Kick it to the corner. Blanc's got a chance. So you got 2 chances here. Here's number 1. Boom.
And look at the fight for the rebound right here underneath.
You get
Davion Lewis.
You get 2 shots for $1. Get a chance to win a teddy bear. Blanc with a good contest. Front rim. Marfo's still trying to fight. So unfortunate that time by Quinnipiac that those 3s didn't fall. But
right strategy. A good call.
It showed a lot of fight, and you get a miss here.
Now, out of that timeout, Rigoni was not on the floor. Now he checks in as he will replace Shinnery in the lineup. Drame, 1 more. He's got a double-double. 11 points, 13 rebounds. Hits on the second free throw. 1:22 to go. 66-58 St. Peter's. Lewis, Eddard with the solid defense, able to come away with it. Drame fouled in the backcourt by Lewis. Eddard, terrific job defensively against Lewis. And Lewis picking up his 3rd foul of the game, same number on the back of his jersey. Matt right there might have just turned out the lights. We'll see.
Well, there's still a lot of games, Steve, but it was certainly not the right time for a double fault. And unforced error that time by Lewis, and you don't get a chance for a possession, and St. Pete's cooperates, but you still got some time in here for Quinnipiac if they're a little more efficient on the offensive end.
Drame misses the first. Door stays open. Hits on the second. Well, we mentioned Providence in the win against St. Peter's, 29 of 31 at the line over the weekend in a win against St. Peter's. St. Peter's in this game shooting a lot of free throws. Remember, they were in the bonus with over 10 minutes on the clock here in the second half, and now 19 of 31 from the line. They could have put this game away at the line a long time ago.
Yeah, and they missed, right? And I think it's because they were fatigued a little bit, and Quinnipiac got into them, and they were only talking to the official there. Felt like he got hit a little bit on that 3-point shot, and
the way it came off his hands, it looked like it was tagged.
Yeah, Marfo gets back to the line. He's got to make 2.
Hits on the first, giving him 13 for the game. Matt Blanc, game high 20 plus for Blanc for the 3rd time in his Quinnipiac career. As they'll go offense, defense, and Shinnery in for Rigoni.
If you're Quinnipiac, you got to go ahead and foul. So as soon as the ball's inbound, look for a double-team steal. But after that, turn around. St. Peter's won't look to get a touchdown pass here. They want to get to the line, right? That's how they're coached. So try to steal, get to the line, and just hope.
Lee in for Nadefo, so Lee, the starting point guard, another ball handler in there. Second free throw, no. Banks the rebound. 1 minute to go, foul in the backcourt. Banks to the other end for 2. Darrell Banks, All-MAC, 3rd team as a sophomore, preseason 2nd team All-MAC at the start of his junior campaign. Coming off a career-high 26 against Providence. And following it up tonight, he's got 13. Opportunity right now to add to that total.
A solid game for St. Pete's, and we got off to a real good start. That whole St. Peter's team got off to that good start. Second game in a row, you look at Quinnipiac down 11-0 to start both games, and that's a lot. It's a big hole to come back in, and you almost made it all the way back against Brown and almost all the way back against St. Peter's. So,
well, as you mentioned, it takes a lot of energy when you're fighting up that uphill battle right from the start.
Lewis against Silvera. Comes to the stop. McGuire, three-pointer, too strong. Marfo tries to track it down, out of bounds to St. Peter's. 47.1 in a 10-point game. Quinnipiac against Brown over the weekend took the lead in the second half. Brown, Bill, you mentioned it, jumped out to the 11-0 start, ended up winning by 11. And right now, St. Peter's a 10-point advantage. Eddard for Silvera went backwards that time. And Silvera lost the basketball as he was looking ahead. And it will be Quinnipiac basketball, 38.1 to go.
I think if you found out something about this Quinnipiac team is it's a team that can get into you defensively. And that's going to be part of their repertoire heading in. I got to go ahead and make it ugly, just as ugly as you're trying to make it on me, right? Tit for tat.
But how do you go from that and spurts to doing that for 40 minutes?
Well, yeah, it's going to be just part of your game. That's who you are. That's your DNA. That's what you got to develop.
Play a lot of players, get yourself in shape, and go ahead and go at it.
The Defo gives for Banks. 22 seconds to go, and St. Peter's can run out the clock. St. Peter's will improve to 2-3 on the season. They'll be home in Jersey City against Siena on Sunday. The Bobcats, another tough one, as they'll be on the road at Manhattan on Sunday to continue conference play before both teams go back to non-conference play. Final buzzer, St.